Hello and welcome to Africa. We are so excited to have realized a dream of many years to do an African safari, and we are actually here. And
it's amazing.
It's amazing. And so we are really excited to share with you too. So we're going to start with just overall impressions. We've been here this is our fourth day.
Two days on safari.
Yeah, 2 days on safari and 2 days just sort of getting here.
So currently we're in Tangier.
Tarangire National Park.
And we had a game drive yesterday.
Had four.
Four, I guess.
Yes.
One before we came in yesterday and one in the evening.
Yes.
Two today. So far it's been absolutely amazing.
One of the things that really surprised us yesterday on our first day was the number of animals we saw and how close they were.
Yeah.
This one is called the African elephant, and the other one is called Asian elephant. So the African elephant, it is not because it is found in Africa, but because of the ears shape. It looks like African map.
The animals have been plentiful.
And there's a fair amount of driving and looking and stuff.
The other thing that we have seen, which we're not birders.
No, but there's some cool birds.
But we don't look for birds or follow them, but we love them when we find them.
What was the thing with the spiky things on the head?
The secretary bird.
Yes, secretary bird.
And then the trees.
Yeah, the trees are amazing. The acacia trees are beautiful.
We'll swing around here too, and there is an acacia tree right there.
Yeah.
The fascinating tree is the baobab tree.
Oh yeah.
And you know, we saw lots of these. They're huge. They have huge trunks. They're huge, thick branches. They're very sturdy.
They're like 10. The trunks are like 10 or 12 feet or more in diameter.
Our guide Jacob told us that the baobab trees, many of that we were seeing, were over 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
We have been cared for greatly by the people that are doing our tour, are doing our safari.
We're camping in this stay, so we're staying in a tent.
Yes.
Sleeping in a tent, which is kind of tough.
Yes, it's
but it's probably one of the more comfortable tents that I've slept in before.
Oh, it's not just probably. It's got a bathroom.
Yeah.
It's got a nice soft bed. It's fabulous. So this is our tent. And it's hard to see from here, but we'll get a better angle, but we'll just show you the accommodations. Well, first of all, how large it is. We'll just step on through here. So this is our bed.
Our cot. We're sleeping
on a cot in a tent. So they've given us a bottle of wine, a couple of apples. We've got plenty of space for our stuff. There's a little sitting area for us here and a fan. And then we have another little dining or sitting area here. As you go past, we have our bottled water for use here. We have our charging stations, which will be very nice since I'm running out of battery. And then this is our bathroom. So we have the dual sinks. We have a huge shower and a modern toilet with plenty of toilet paper, which is very nice. So this is the view from the bathroom, and it's amazing. It is not like your grandma's tenting.
No, it's quite nice actually.
It's very nice. This is the view from our porch. So right there is where they're going to be serving us lunch al fresco. So we're staying at each place about between 2 to 3 nights, and we're leaving this place. And we are at the Honey Guide camp.
Yeah.
One of the super cool things about this camp that we're at is we are out in an
We're out in the,
unfenced.
unfenced in the national park.
In the Tarangire.
Yeah.
Tarangire National Park. So we're welcome to walk around the camp during the day, but in our orientation they said don't walk around the camp at night. And they literally have a Maasai warrior that walks us back to our tent after dinner when it's dark. We'll show you a little footage of him starting the fire for us here at our little setting. So let me just show you. Here's the setting we're at.
And the view, yes.
And the view of where we're going to be until we go to dinner back there later on. So our own Maasai warrior.
Yes.
Okay, we go.
Thank you.
Okay, I enjoy Bush TV.
So we move on tomorrow to a place called Acacia Farm Lodge. And I don't know what the park is that we'll be in, but we'll tell you about that when we get there.
It's something Crater Norango.
Oh, Ngorongoro
Yeah.
Crater, and try to say that.
Yeah.
But this is...
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And exceeding expectations, I think. So we'll share more with you in the upcoming days, and hopefully you'll enjoy the journey as much as we are.
Yeah.
Well, unlikely, but...
It's true.
But it's a cheap way to have your African safari.
Well, we had a game drive this morning. Saw a couple prides of lions. That was fantastic.
Yeah, really close up.
Yes.
And they were even close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And saw some mongoose.
We did
Mongoose.
yes, mongoose, I think it is.
Mongooses.
And so now we've made it to Acacia Farms, our next night's 2-night stay. And we're not camping tonight.
We are not camping. We'll show you. We'll do a little photo tour or video tour of the place.
Pretty amazing.
It's very amazing.
We have coffee and a little sitting area here. That's our door to come in. And then this is our pretty amazing bedroom here. Very nice. So I'm thinking this will do.
This doesn't suck.
No.
So we're gonna go eat lunch.
Yes.
All right. See you later.
So yesterday we did the Ngorongoro crater, which was amazing again.
Just to know, and we'll put the spelling somewhere around here, but the Ngorongoro crater is the world's largest caldera of a ancient volcano.
With the criteria of being not flooded with water.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
But it also has a continuous rim around it, which many of them get blown out. So within that crater,
there's a lot of animals.
Yes.
So the trip in is, I guess once you get to the gate, which didn't take too long, it's about another hour drive from the gate.
Which is at the rim.
Yeah.
Or close to, well,
yeah, which is up, I don't know, wherever, but it's about an hour drive from the gate into the bottom of the crater. And it is a rough and winding road and dusty, and particularly in the morning, everyone seems to be in a really big hurry to get in there.
So it was a rough road, but
the crater was absolutely worth the trip in.
So it's definitely what I would consider a day trip, meaning spend the whole day there. I think both of us were glad we only were going one day.
Yeah, glad we went.
Yes.
Didn't have a need to go back another day.
Yeah, just the road in and out is pretty rough. But I mean, it's doable. We've done more rough stuff. So what I would say so far is that, you know, we have had an incredible amount of wildlife viewing, way more than I would have expected, at least close up. So far, the trip is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So next up, we are heading to the Serengeti, where we will be staying at the migration camp. So this camp pulls up stakes twice a year to follow the wildebeest and zebra migration across Tanzania. Wow.
Do we know where we are?
We're in Nduku. Something. So we just landed on a little tiny airstrip out at the edge of the Serengeti. And oh man, I think it's just going to be really exciting. We have a new guide that picked us up here with the Serengeti Migration Camp. We have a more open vehicle than we did before, so I think it's going to be even better. We flew over the Ngorongoro crater, which was amazing from the sky.
View, yeah.
Before we get to the camp and go to lunch, he's going to take us on a little bit of a game drive. And we heard that there's a decent chance we could see cheetah today.
Yeah.
Or at least this next couple of days that we're going to be here. So, more to come. So we're in a tent.
It's hard sleeping in a tent, but we managed to make do. We're used to roughing it.
Well, sorry we're recording this in the dark.
It's kind of dark.
It's kind of dark. We just came back from a day long of a bunch of stuff we're going to tell you about, but after we got home, well, we came home because it was pouring down rain.
Yes.
And so I was in the shower and all the lights went out.
Yep, we lost power.
So
which apparently is common in a
rainstorm,
in a mobile safari camp.
So today was jam-packed, full of cool things.
Yeah, we got up at 4:30 for 5 a.m. pickup.
Yeah.
We rode in a vehicle to a hot air balloon launch site.
Yes.
And so we launched at just before sunrise.
It is 6 o'clock in the morning, on some plane in Africa.
Someplace, yes.
So, and we are here for a balloon ride.
I'm excited. They got it all flamed up, ready to go. I'm guessing they're going to start inflating here pretty quick.
Yeah, and we'll get pictures of that.
The sky is just starting to light up in the horizon.
Whoa, there's a flame up. We'll flip around so you can see the horizon. So we'll share with you what we see. A lot of people there, and we were there, like you said, just as the sun was rising. There were 2 balloons. We were in one, and they held 16 people.
16 people in the basket, very, very big balloon.
Basically, you're packed in like little sardines.
They lay the basket down on its side.
Yeah.
You climb in like an astronaut and sit flat on your back.
Like you're going to take off in the space shuttle.
Like you're going to take off in the space shuttle. They get that thing inflated. And it takes a little bit for them to get the balloon inflated and off the ground. So we dragged on the ground for a ways.
Like on our back.
And then we're off.
On the landing, we decided to try to film it because we kind of knew what to expect. So we filmed what it looked like, kind of from our perspective.
Dragging along the ground.
Dragging along the ground, and then what it looked like as we're landing like astronauts.
Yes.
That was kind of fun. And then we all got out and had a glass of champagne. We were taken to a place where they had set up an incredible breakfast for us and a ton of staff that were there. And then we were brought back to our camp where we were picked up by our guide and taken off on another safari.
Yeah, another game drive.
Or game drive. We love the rain down in Africa.
It's not an adventure if you don't get wet, right?
If you don't get wet and dirty. What's going on, James?
Oh my God. Oh, go there?
Yeah. It's raining.
It's raining again.
It's raining and blowing and dusty. How do you see through that windshield?
I see very well.
So James, how do you see through that windshield?
I sense, I close my eyes.
You see,
Now I close my eyes.
you close your eyes and see the road.
Yeah. So now I sense the road like it's flamingo.
Oh, that's comforting.
Yeah. See, I close my eyes. But I sense the road.
If you give me a towel, I can sit on the hood and dry the windshield off for you.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah. So you know, it's too much dust and raining, few drops as well, making us difficult to see anything, right?
Right. But you said you can.
Yeah, do you enjoy this very well?
Yeah.
Okay, wow, it's an adventure, guys. You have to enjoy it.
We're leaving here. We're in Ndutu, N-D-U-T-U, at the edge of the Serengeti. That's where we've been the last 2 days. We leave tomorrow for the Masai Mara.
In Kenya.
Yeah, in Kenya, and that'll be interesting.
Yep.
The next day, we took another small plane north across the Serengeti Plains, landing at a very small airport on the border with Kenya. We were transported from there to our last lodging location, Hemingway's Old Siki Mara, where once again we had beautiful accommodations and incredible views. The next days were spent doing more game drives and seeing more incredible scenery and animal life. Many thanks to Pam at Rothschild Safaris for designing a perfect itinerary for us and ensuring our trip was low stress and high value. Our guides were the best. We would like to thank Jacob, who guided us through Tarangire National Park and the Ngorongoro Crater, James, who took us on game drives through the Serengeti with great knowledge and humor, and Patrick, who guided us through the Masai Mara. We invite you now to enjoy a sampling of Tom's photos.